Welcome to Kazakhstan, a land of endless vastness. Here the horizon dissolves into nothingness. Nature stretches across thousands of kilometers, raw, unchanged, and marked by a quiet grandeur. Along ancient trade routes and endless steppes, we explore today the most fascinating places of the heart of Central Asia. Between the Altai Mountains, the Caspian Sea, and the endless steppes lies the world's largest landlocked country, larger than all of Western Europe. Over 130 nationalities live here, in one of the world's most resource-rich nations. Beneath its wide steppes lie enormous reserves of oil and natural gas, making the country an important exporter. In the uranium sector, Kazakhstan even holds first place. Kazakhstan looks back on an extraordinary cultural depth that reaches back to the era of the legendary Silk Road, when the region served as a major trading hub between East and West. Merchants, ideas, and cultures moved through these vast steppes. For centuries, life in Kazakhstan was shaped by nomadic cultures whose daily existence was guided by nature, covering great distances on horseback, a symbol of freedom, mobility, and survival alike. This way of life was also reflected in the traditional yurts, mobile dwellings perfectly adapted to life on the steppe. Particularly impressive is the still practiced tradition of eagle hunting, in which trained golden eagles work in close cooperation with humans, a fascinating testament to the bond between man, animal, and nature. All of these elements, the Silk Road, the nomadic cultures, the importance of horses, the yurt, and the eagles, form a unique cultural heritage that shapes Kazakhstan to this day, giving it a special place between history and the present. Today we travel across the entire country, past the oldest and largest space launch facility in the world, until we finally land in its fascinating capital. So make sure to stay until the end so you don't miss anything. We begin today in southeastern Kazakhstan, in a city that is completely underestimated. Almaty is located in the southeast of Kazakhstan, at the foot of the Trans-Ili-Alatau mountain range, and is one of the most impressive cities in Central Asia. Known as Alma-Ata, it served as the capital until 1997, and today combines urban structures with immediate proximity to nature. Just minutes outside the center, mountains, forests, and open landscapes begin. A central viewpoint is Koktobé Hill. From here, a wide view opens over the city, with the mountain range rising in the background. In the center lies Panfilov Park, a green space with broad paths that creates a calm contrast to the surroundings. Here also stands the Zenkov Cathedral, a building constructed entirely from wood, erected without a single nail. It is the second tallest wooden church in the world, after the church of the Sapansa Peri Monastery in Romania. Not far away lies the Green Bazaar, a lively market where regional products, spices, and food are sold. The atmosphere is dense, marked by movement and daily life. At the edge of the city, a completely different world begins. The Madeu ice speed skating rink sits at over 1,600 meters above sea level and is considered the world's highest outdoor speed skating rink. Surrounded by mountains, it creates an unusual combination of sport and nature. Almaty connects city and nature in close proximity, a metropolis that lives not by its size, but by its location. But the surroundings around the city also reveal the natural beauty of the southeast. The Charyn Canyon lies east of Almaty and ranks among the most spectacular landscapes in Kazakhstan. Gorges millions of years old cut through the rock and form striking cliff formations. Particularly famous is the Valley of Castles, whose structures resemble natural towers. The surroundings feel dry and expansive, a landscape that differs markedly from the area around Almaty. But the canyon is not the only contrast to the city. Countless fascinating lakes each impress in their own way. Lake Kaindy was formed by an earthquake and displays a remarkable structure to this day. Dead tree trunks jut out from the water like columns at the surface. Underwater, the trees are remarkably well preserved. The clear water makes them visible and intensifies the surreal impression. The Kolsai Lakes consist of several mountain lakes situated at different altitudes. Surrounded by forests and mountains, they feel rather secluded and tranquil. Hiking paths connect the lakes and lead through a largely untouched landscape. Similarly untouched feels the large Almaty Lake at over 2,500 meters altitude. The water displays different shades depending on the light and stands out clearly from its surroundings. A further contrast is offered by Altyn Emel National Park, which reveals a completely different side of the region. Wide plains, desert landscapes, and colorful rock layers define a landscape whose archaeological finds reach back to antiquity. Rare animals, such as wild asses and gazelles, live here. The park is also home to the famous Singing Dune, which produces sounds like an aircraft. In the midst of it all, the Akhtal Mountains rank among the most unusual landscapes in the country, formed millions of years ago by ancient seabed deposits. Colorful rock layers run through the mountains and create an almost artificial-looking image. Dinosaur fossils have been found here. Not only for that reason does the landscape feel almost extraterrestrial. The southeast concludes with the Kapchagai Reservoir north of Almaty, an artificial lake in an otherwise dry region. Locals call it the Kazakh Sea. Beaches, open spaces and water make the place a recreational area and show the accessible side of the region. The Central South belongs to the oldest cultural regions of Central Asia. Here run the traces of the Silk Road, which for centuries enabled trade, religion, and exchange. A region where history is not hidden, but remains visible to this day. Shymkent is one of the largest cities in Kazakhstan and forms the economic center of the south. A vibrant city that feels noticeably warmer than many other regions of the country. Wide streets, markets, and modern buildings define the appearance, while life largely takes place outdoors. Bazaars play a central role. Here, food, clothing, and everyday goods are sold as merchants and visitors move through narrow aisles. The city has a long history, reaching back to the era of the Silk Road, and shows its role as a connection between past and present. Turkestan is one of the most important historical cities in Kazakhstan and is considered the country's spiritual center. At its heart stands the mausoleum of Khoja Ahmed Yasawi, a monumental structure from the 14th century built on the orders of Timur, also known as Tamerlane. The UNESCO World Heritage Site is massive and clearly structured. High walls, large domes, and ornate entrances define its appearance. The mausoleum is one of the most significant examples of Islamic architecture in Central Asia. Turkestan is considered one of the most important pilgrimage sites for Muslims in the entire region, a place where history and faith are closely intertwined. The Aristan Bab Mausoleum lies not far from Turkestan and is one of the oldest religious sites in the region. The site is closely connected to the history of Khoja Ahmed Yasawi, as Aristan Bab is considered his teacher. The current structure has been renewed several times, yet remains traditional in its form. Unlike the monumental building of Khoja Ahmed Yasawi, it is not an architectural prestige project, but a place that has developed over centuries as an intimate pilgrimage site, understated, personal, and impressive not through size, but through its significance. Taraz is one of the oldest cities in Kazakhstan and looks back on a history of over 2,000 years. The city once lay on the Silk Road and served as an important trade and transit hub. Today, many of these structures are no longer fully preserved, yet individual buildings offer insight into the past. Taraz itself feels modern today, with wide streets and clear structures. Parks, squares, and smaller monuments point to the long history of the city and the South in general. In the southwest, it is less individual places and more a region where distances, nature, and history take on a completely new meaning. The Baikonur Cosmodrome is one of the most significant space launch facilities in the world and lies in an otherwise open, flat landscape. Here, in 1961, Yuri Gagarin launched, the first human in space. The facility was built during the Soviet era and remains in use to this day. Rocket launches, control centers, and launch pads in the middle of an endless steppe. Access is restricted, and many areas are not freely accessible. Yet the site remains symbolically significant. It stands for progress, technology, and a gaze beyond Earth. Somewhat to the west of the space launch facility lies the Aral Sea, a striking example of the transformation of a landscape. Once it was the fourth largest lake in the world. Today, only a fraction of it remains. Through the diversion of rivers during the Soviet era, the lake dried up over decades. What remained was a barren, dry surface with remnants of former coastlines. Abandoned ships now rest in the sand, far from the water. These images show how greatly human interventions can alter landscapes. The Aral Sea is not a classic travel destination, but a place of remembrance and an example of how nature can change and what consequences can arise. Traveling further into the interior, the Kazakh steppe gradually begins, one of the largest open landscapes on Earth. Flat plains, grasslands, and a wide horizon define the surroundings. There are hardly any natural boundaries, hardly any differences in elevation, just space. The steppe changes with the seasons, green in spring, dry and yellow in summer, covered in snow in winter. For many nomads, it was a living space for centuries, and even today, its significance is palpable. It stands for freedom and movement, a landscape that symbolizes the character of the country. Even further west, another world begins. Deserts, plateaus, and unusual rock formations define the scene. Aktau lies directly on the Caspian Sea and, unlike many other cities in the country, feels comparatively young. Promenades, beaches, and open areas create a connection between city and water. Even the orientation within the city is unusual. Many buildings carry numbers instead of classic street names, a relic from the Soviet era. Aktau often serves as a starting point for journeys into the Mangistau region, one of the most remote and unusual landscapes in Kazakhstan. Deserts, rock formations, and wide plains dominate here. Vegetation is scarce, and many areas appear almost empty. The landscape often looks like another planet, with white rocks, canyons, and underground mosques. The region is difficult to access. Roads are rare, and large parts can only be reached by off-road vehicles. Precisely this remoteness makes Mangistau special. In the west of Mangistau, the Ustyurt Plateau ranks among the country's most spectacular regions. It extends across large parts of western Kazakhstan and is one of the most remote areas in the country. A landscape shaped by flat plains, steep escarpments, and wide horizons. Particularly striking are the so-called chinks, steep cliff edges that stretch for kilometers across the landscape and create clear boundaries between different levels. The Bozira Canyon lies in the middle of the plateau. From the endless plain, pale limestone formations rise like monuments of a long past era. Shaped by wind, water, and millions of years, a scene is created here that feels almost otherworldly. Particularly striking are two immense rock formations that act like a gateway into another world, isolated in the vastness of almost symbolic significance. The Taurish Valley of Stone Spheres marks the conclusion of the Mangistau region. Spread across a wide area lie hundreds of spherical rock formations that vary in size and shape, from small stones to several meters in diameter. The origin of these spheres has not yet been fully explained. Geological processes over long time periods created these forms, a landscape that shows just how surreal the west of Kazakhstan truly is. Finally, the wide steppes of the north lead directly into one of the most modern capital cities in the world, a symbol of transformation and vision that forms the counterpoint to typical Kazakhstan. Astana, an unusual capital. In the middle of the Kazakh steppe, a city was created within just a few decades that was completely reimagined. As mentioned at the outset, it was only declared the capital in 1997. Since then, the city has developed rapidly and become a symbol of modern Kazakhstan. The location is extreme. In summer, sometimes over 40 degrees. In winter, sometimes below -30 degrees Celsius. Despite these conditions, a city emerged that is designed for growth and the future. Architecture plays a central role in this. The futuristic appearance of the city in the middle of the steppe creates a stark contrast between an ultra-modern skyline and endless nature. At its center stands the Baytarek Tower, an observation tower regarded as a symbol of the country. Its form is based on an ancient legend in which a golden bird lays an egg in a tree. The sphere at the top represents this very egg and offers a view across the entire city. Just a few kilometers away stands the Nur Alem sphere. It was built for Expo 2017 and is one of the largest spherical buildings in the world. Inside is a museum dedicated to energy, the future, and technology. Another striking structure on the grounds is Khan Shatir, an enormous tent made of transparent material that covers a complete shopping and leisure complex. Inside, a constant climate prevails, independent of the extreme conditions outside. The Palace of Peace and Reconciliation also sets an architectural accent. The pyramid-shaped structure was designed for international meetings and stands symbolically for dialogue and cooperation. Despite its size, the city often feels spacious and open. Large squares, wide streets, and plenty of room define the overall impression. The steppe remains ever present. At the edge of the city, the open landscape begins immediately, without transition or densification. This contrast makes Astana special, a futuristic city that emerges directly from one of the most primeval landscapes on Earth. Not far away lies Burabay National Park, often referred to as the Switzerland of Kazakhstan. Lakes, forests, and rocks create a landscape that has a calming, decelerating effect. Burabay serves many city residents as a retreat and shows a quieter side of the region. Astana shows how quickly a country can change, without ever fully leaving its surroundings behind. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please leave a like and subscribe so you never miss another video. Until next time.